Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am telling you guys the very first story time that I'm gonna tell on this channel. And this is a story that, if you guys are my friends, like, you honestly have probably heard this story a billion times just because it's so freaky. Like, it literally freaks me out just thinking about it. And I'm gonna tell you guys about why I think that a Ouija board totaled my truck. I'm not a spiritual person. I don't really believe in spirits or anything. Or, I mean, I believe in, like, ghosts or whatever. Like, I've never had anything freaky happen to me. Like, sometimes shit will happen and I'll just be like, oh my god, it was probably a ghost. But no, like, nothing, like, super scary has happened to me until this. And now I'm like, if you have a Ouija board, get out. Like, I do not want to see another Ouija board. Do not bring a Ouija board around me. Like, it's just so weird to think, like, a piece of cardboard that we can buy from Walmart, like, is supposed to contact spirits. You're like, oh shit, like, that's not supposed to work. But no, I honestly, honest to God, like, I really think that a Ouija board wrecked my truck. Let me just get right into it. I'll start from the very beginning, tell you guys. Okay, so my friend in high school, I think we were juniors in high school, and my friend had a Ouija board, like one of the scary Ouija boards that she'd had, like, in her family, like, passed down generations, whatever. And so we were just like, oh shit, like, let's play with it. So we started playing with it. Nothing, like, scary happened the first few times. I was with a group of friends, like, a few weeks later or something, and I was just like, hey, can we borrow your Ouija board? Like, we're just gonna see if this works or whatever. And so me and my friends take the Ouija board and we take it to my house. We went downstairs and we were in my basement and we were like, oh, we need, like, candles or something. And so guess what I grabbed? I went into my laundry room and the only candles that we had in there was from an Advent wreath. And I was like, hey, what the fuck? Why did you get an Advent wreath candle? So yeah, we ended up not using those candles. Duh. And so we went upstairs and we played with the Ouija board in my hallway. And it, like, started moving. And, like, we were just asking it, like, random questions and it just throw out, like, answers, like, what's your name? And, like, say a name or something. Like, it wasn't too scary. We'd be playing with it and one of us would be like, take your hand off. So let's see if it's still moving. So, like, I know it's not you. And so each of us would do that and it, like, kept moving and none of us were doing it. I don't know. But then our dumbasses, guess what we asked it? We asked it, who's gonna die first? Guess who it said? No other than me. It said Kate was gonna die first, and I was like, oh shit. Well, I mean, I could kind of see myself dying before all my friends anyway. Like, I'm kind of reckless, but, like, I was just curious. I was like, how am I gonna die? And it started spelling out sick, and I was like, sick. That's how we know that none of us were controlling it, because if we were gonna, we would have said, like, car accident or something, like, something specific, you know, but it said sick out of all things. And so I was like, ha ha ha, like, what kind of sickness? And it started spelling out cancer. And I said, because cancer runs in my family. So I mean, like, that just pushed me over the edge. That freaked me out. And I was like, you know, nope, we're done. We are not playing with it. Anyway, so then we, like, cancel it out. We say our goodbyes and we're done with it. So then later that night, we get with a bigger group of friends. And our dumbasses, once again, we don't know the rules to the Ouija board. Like, there are certain rules to a Ouija board. Like, you just, 1, don't play in a cemetery. 1, don't ask it how you're gonna die. 1, don't ask who dies first. Like, you just, these basic rules, like, you should probably look up before playing with the Ouija board. But no, we didn't really believe in it, so, like, we just, ha ha ha, you know, asked them these questions. And so we take the Ouija board and we go to a cemetery that's nearby. And so we're in my truck. I, like, drove, like, a 2003 Avalanche. It was a white one. And so we park our asses in the cemetery. We get the Ouija board out. We put it on our center console and we just start playing with it. We ask it its name and it says Birch. And it spells out B-Y-R-C-H. Like, that's not typically how you spell Birch. I mean, people would usually put B-U-R-C-H. Like, who would name their kids Birch anyway? I mean, that's just kind of a weird name. So we were like, oh shit, oh, Birch. Like, how'd you die? We asked it all those stupid questions. And then it just starts getting super weird. Like, it starts, like, going 666, Satan. Like, we were asking it questions and it just say, like, weird ass things. Like, I'm literally getting chills thinking about it because we were so freaked out. And they'd, like, do, like, these figure 8s on the board and we were like, what does that mean? It was the weirdest thing ever. And so we were like, you know what, we're just gonna be done with it. We are completely done with the Ouija board. We threw it in the bag and we hauled our asses back. When we get back to my friend's house, we get it out, we're in the basement, we're playing with it, and we ask it its name. And every single time we've played with the Ouija board, it said a different name every time. And so when we get it out, we're like, oh, who are we talking to now? Like, is there any spirits? And it spells no other, B-Y-R-C-H. So we get freaked out and we're done playing with it. Like, we do not want to talk to Birch anymore. Whoever Birch is, you're freaky. I'm scared of you. We do not like Birch. We do not want to play with the Ouija board anymore because Birch scares us. So we are done with Birch. I'm one of those people that I just get scared over one thing and it just haunts me. Like, I would be driving home and I'd like call my mom, like, Mom, I'm so scared, like, please talk to me on the phone the entire way home. Like, I'm a scaredy ass cat. Like, I just get so freaked out for no reason, you feel me? So later on, like a few weeks, we have like a formal dance. And so we dress nice for the formal dance. We go to the dance, we have a great time. And then my friend actually has like an after party, like just get together for like the people in my class. And so I go to it. As I'm at this get together, like I parked on the street outside of his house. I ended up leaving, I ended up taking a friend home, and then I came back to the party. And I parked in the same spot, I parked on the street, you feel me? And then I get a DM from my friend like a few hours later, and he's like, someone just hit your car and left. Like, it was a hit and run. And so I'm freaked out. Like, we're inside. I call my dad. It's like 2 in the morning. And I'm like, Dad, someone just hit my car. Like, I don't know what to do. He's like, just leave it. We'll get it in the morning. Like, it was just like a hit and run. Like, it's icy out. You feel me? So we just let it slide. My dad comes in the morning. We file a police report. The person who did the hit and run actually ended up being my friend who was just going to the party and then like hit my car, got scared, went back home. Like, it just, I mean, it's okay. If I would have known it was my friend, I wouldn't have filed a police report. But I mean, I did what I did. It's okay, you know. I don't know. We've moved on from that. And so we put my car in the shop. And then like a few weeks later, my car gets out of the shop, like it's like brand new. Okay, it's not brand new, it's a 2003. A few days go by, you know, like I'm driving my truck again, like I'm happy I have a car. And then it's track season now. So we were outside on the football field for track practice, like everybody, like we were doing warm-ups and stuff. And then all of a sudden we hear all of these sirens. And we're like, what is going on? Like, so we're looking around, like we hear the sirens coming closer to the school. We think that it's just somebody getting pulled over or something and like they're gonna pull over, you know? And no. Right as I hear the sirens get super close, I look over and I see my truck flying in the air and it lands like 20 feet. And I'm like, ah, shit, my truck. I just saw a car slam into my truck and my truck flying like 30 feet in the air and landing. Like, it was, here, I'll try and insert a picture here. It was on the news and everything. What ended up happening was that there was a high-speed chase and they were going on the street that the high school was on. They ended up like hitting the tail of my truck or something, I don't know. Like, out of all the cars, my truck gets slammed and then it gets totaled this time. Like, there's no saving my poor baby truck this time. Like, my truck's gone. And when my truck gets slammed into, we're all like, oh my god, like we just saw that happen. And everyone's like, oh my god. And I'm like, oh my god, my truck. And then the person who is driving the car, the getaway car, gets out and starts running. So all of the track coaches are like, everybody run down the field, like telling us to go the opposite way. And I'm like, oh my god, my truck. Like, I'm literally looking at everybody and I'm like, oh my god, my truck. And like, this guy's getting out. Like, nobody knows like who it is at this point. Like, they just know that they were trying to get away from the cops. Like, there are many cops who just like pull up. And so this person starts running, everybody's running the opposite direction. I see my track coach running towards the man. Thinking back, I'm like, he is such a good coach. Like, honestly, he was such a good guy because he was a new track coach. I mean, he was running after this guy, didn't know who this guy was, could have been armed, you feel me? Like, we were all like in the middle of a football field, like there was nowhere to go. And he starts taking off towards the man, so like to keep him away from all the kids. And he had like a newborn baby, like fresh out of the womb baby. And he's like running towards this man, like not knowing like what danger's ahead. My coach ended up letting me leave track practice to like call my parents and stuff. And my mom was already on the way to the school because my best friend Eddie, he was in theater practice, and he like heard and saw the wreck, and so he called my mom. He was like, Tish, Kate just got in a wreck. And I mean, obviously, like, that's what people thought, because my truck was in the middle of a road, slammed, like, it was total. Like, he really thought it was in the car. Like, he didn't know what to do. Like, he didn't know whether to call the police. He didn't know whether to call, like, you feel me? It was a bad situation. The person who wrecked into my car, like, was getting away from something. I don't remember what ended up happening. They, like, robbed a liquor store, maybe? I'm not sure. But they didn't even have insurance in the car, so I didn't get any money out of it. Whatever, my luck. Hear me out. This is where it gets freaky. The first time my car got slammed into ended up being my friend. Whatever, like, doesn't even matter. I was not in the car that time. Like, there's so many cars around. I was not in the car that time. You feel me? Like, okay, coincidence, maybe. But the second time, 2 weeks that I get my car out of the shop, it gets slammed and totaled. I wasn't in it that time either. So hear me out. Tell me if this seems crazy. Like, put it in the comments or something. I don't know. But I think when I played with the Ouija board, Birch is in my truck. And he's haunting my truck. Like, it literally all makes sense. Like, when we were in the cemetery and we were playing with the Ouija board, like, we didn't say goodbye or anything. Like, we just got so freaked out. Like, he was saying, like, 666, like, Satan, all this stuff. We were just like, all right, skirt, gotta go. So we went back to my friend's house, didn't say goodbye or anything. And tell me why, when we get back there, Birch is still with the board. Out of all the times that we played with the Ouija board, I'm getting hot talking about it because I'm, like, so scared. Out of all the times we played with the Ouija board, we talked to a different spirit, supposedly. So, tell me why we didn't say goodbye at the cemetery when you're not supposed to fucking play with one in the cemetery anyway, and then we go back to the house and it's the same spirit. And it's like a bad spirit, I guess. Ooh, that, oh my god, no, I literally can't. Like, I'm in a dark room and I live by myself. Like, I'm scared talking about it. No, but Birch is in my truck. I don't know like what he was doing by like making my truck get hit twice when I wasn't in it too. Like, was he just saying like, hey, what's up? Like, what's poppin' slimes? I'm in your truck. Like, he's like, this is my truck now, bitch. But you feel me? Like, I really think that Birch is in that truck. And the second time that it got totaled, like, it didn't, like, I haven't had anything weird since. I mean, someone keyed my car, but someone just keyed it to be mean, you know? Like, that was on Birch. Like, my car is like, and I wrecked it, but I guess I wrecked it myself. I ran into a cement wall. Do you think it's just a coincidence that, number one, my truck gets wrecked, I put it in the shop, you know, a few $1,000s damage, I get it back, literally right when I get it back, slammed, totaled. I wasn't in it either time. You feel me? What are the odds that that happens? Like, out of all the cars in both situations, like, I was at track practice, I was parked, you know, like, they barely hit my truck. But one thing good that came out of that is that we have like school Chromebooks. We have school Chromebooks, and mine was completely broken because I dropped it. I don't even remember what I did, but I like broke it, and I just didn't want to tell the school that I broke my Chromebook because I didn't want to have to pay for a new one. But when my truck got hit, I just blamed my broken Chromebook on the accident, so then I didn't have to pay for it, and I just got a new one. So thank you, Birch. If you're out there, thank you. So let me know what you guys think. I might be reaching, but if I'm not, I mean, it makes perfect sense. That's all I have for you guys today. I have a ton more stories. If you guys like story times, just let me know what you guys want to see. I'm gonna start posting more and more and more. Videos are so fun to make. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time.